What's up guys, welcome back to Angelic Dev YouTube channel. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about Flexbox in Tailwind CSS. Flexbox is one of the most important layout system you will use when building modern websites. Then, what is Flexbox? Flexbox is a layout model that helps you arrange items in a row or column. It helps you as well align items and distribute space, control the direction of elements inside a container. And to use that, Tailwind provides a utility classes named Flex or Flexbox. But before that, what I will tell you, if you can create a div container, this div which contain 8 divs inside, then give each div a particular color. Then for the item inside here, just write Tailwind for the first div. CSS is for the third and the fourth. A great framework to learn. I wrote like this because I have something to tell you related to the Flexbox. Then after that, then we can start with Flex. You can observe one thing is that all the item occupy all the divs occupy all the space, all the entire space, because they are block element. Block element occupies all the space. They are not side by side. And if I want to make them flex item, I should go in the parent container. Then here, Tailwind provide the utility classes named flex. And once I write that, it will transform this div. You can see now they are side by side. And you can see here the remaining space because the background color of the container is a slate 600, and you can see here there is some remaining space in the side. And you can observe one thing horizontally is that the width of those box or those items inside here, all these divs, we call them flex items. And all these items horizontally, they occupy the space necessary for to fit its content. For example, here you can see framework, it has more space compared to the two, which is here, or is here, because it will give it a space to fit its content. And the content here is this word framework, which is a little bit longer compared to this word. That is horizontally, but vertically, in the box will take the height of the highest element. Here all are here like that because all have the same height. For example, if I change, I'll go here, I change the height of this one, you will see all the remaining item will also take this height. So to give the height, you can follow the video in our YouTube channel. We have the video on width and height, and to create the height is h dash, I give 40. Then if I press enter, you can see automatically as the great height for all the divs inside this container is h-40, automatically all the remaining elements follow the height of this Tailwind because it has the highest height, if I can say so. Then I'll leave it like this because I have some interesting things to demonstrate with this. And you may want to align element vertically, and Tailwind provide the utility classes for align items dash center. This, you can see, will center all the element horizontally is in this direction, but here we center them vertically. You can see if I remove this class, if I cut it, then I save, you can see both they follow the width of the this tailwind, because as I told you, it has the greatest height. They follow the height, I want to say. Then if I put here on the div container item center, you can see now all the box or the items are centered vertically. They are here. This one is like that because its width is large enough to fit the container, as I told you. But here, then we center element vertically. But I may want to, no, we are still with align items. I may want to center this because now the item are centered. I may want to put the item at the beginning or at the start of this container. So for that, I can just write items start. Then you can see both they move on at the top of this container. I may want to put them at the end. For that is items end. Then you can see now they are at the bottom of this container. And I'll just remove, because next I may want to center this element horizontally. For that, they will provide utility classes like justify dash center. To center, you can see now, to center horizontally all the items of this div container, they are centered horizontally. And here, because we have this class of, if I remove this, just remove this then save, you can see they are centered all horizontally, no vertically. But if I had this item center, then you can see now they will be centered vertically, then horizontally. Vertically means from top and bottom, and horizontally means from left to right. They are centered like that. I think that you get a point. For this first video, what I wanted is to give you an overview of what we are going to learn in the next video. Yes, in the next video, we'll go a little bit deeper. See you next. Then I wanted to add a small thing here. For default, for item center, for align item, you may, as I told you, you may want to give the utility classes center. You can put start, end. Then the default, if you want, for example, this all the elements, all the remaining items to follow the height of this, of the greatest element, of the element which has the greatest height in this container, what you can do is there is one class stretch which will stretch all your elements. You can see now they has the same height as this tailwind divs. Yes, that's what I want to add. You can use center, start, end, then stretch if you want them to stretch as to have the same height as your element which has the great height in the container. You can see now they just stretch like this first div. Yes,